party like a techno party.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 2 of the interview portions of House Thursdays Radio. We've got a really special guest today, Chucky Blizz.
What's up, guys? So, I'm Charlie Blacker. I go by Chucky Blizz when I'm DJing, or if I'm out at a party and just, having a good time. And yeah, I'm a DJ. I DJ at the Spoke on Thursdays. Trying to get some other gigs around.
Shout out
town.
Spoke.
Shout out the Spoke. I love it there. The people are very nice there. It's always a good time. And I'm very lucky to have that opportunity. But yeah, I've been DJing since June of 2021 or 2022. 2021, yeah. My siblings gifted me a DJ deck, and they said you should learn how to DJ, and I was like, all right, word, I'm gonna do it. And ever since then, I've just been kind of practicing, DJing at started at pre-games in just my dorm with some friends on my floor, and then I started DJing some house parties. Shout out to Fitzy for letting me DJ at his house.
Yeah.
That was the first time I ever DJ'd there. Also, my other friend Alex from my soccer team, he let me DJ at his party.
Shout them all out. Yeah.
Those were the first house parties, and they were a lot of fun. And just from there, just started reaching out to some other venues and got involved with House Thursdays through my friend Dave Toscano. I met him through the soccer team, club soccer. Great dude. He told me about House Thursdays, and it was pretty cool. It sounded really intriguing and something I want to be a part of. And then, now House Thursdays kind of become like a whole community of DJs and just people who love house music, love to dance, love to party. It's really just it. I feel like it just became a community pretty recently. I met Jackson in the fall semester, and he was telling me all about it, telling me that there's more people that want to get involved with House Thursdays, and I met all of them, and now it's every time I go out, I'm trying to go to hang out with my friends who are DJs and like house music and like to dance until the morning and have a good time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a great community, a great experience, and I love it here, and I think the house culture is definitely growing at UMass, and to be one of the DJs that's in this community, it's a great time and it's a great experience. So
Yeah, so speaking a little bit more about House Thursdays, would you say that what did you like to DJ before House Thursdays? Was it still house, or how did you get into that?
yeah, I didn't even really know about house music till pretty recently. Just kind of shows growing up, no one really played it.
Yeah.
I knew what EDM was, but I really didn't actually know what House Thursdays was with the real house music.
Yeah.
I didn't know about it till I don't know, when I started DJing. I was DJing I don't even know, the Bird Machine.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I thought that was what EDM was, and House Thursdays, and that's what I thought it was. And then I started listening to the playlists. That's what really got me into house music, is Dave Toscano and his House Thursdays playlists. So much music is on those playlists, and he posts every day on Instagram Reels or something, a new song every day. So just having that library of music made me appreciate it a lot more, and actually understand what house is, and the artists that are good, and the different types of house music there are, and really appreciating kind of become immersed in it, and like now it's like my favorite genre to DJ, like obviously. And yeah, it's really dope.
Yeah, I remember definitely like scrolling through the SoundCloud of the House Thursdays, and there's like a million playlists.
Yeah.
Like, and it's obviously all Dave. And so you talked about your beginnings of the DJing at like pre-games and little house parties and stuff like that. How did you jump from there all the way to the Spoke? Was that sort of before House Thursdays? Was that in partner? Was that how did you get that?
Yeah, that was like, so the Spoke, I became like part of House Thursdays, like Dave graduated, and then he's like, he wanted to like pass it down, like keep it in Amherst, and we talked a little bit about it. He introduced me to like the other people that are involved in it, and so I kind of got involved in the community like start of junior year, I'd say, and then with the Spoke, I started that late fall of last year, or yeah, last semester. They had like some DJ competition, and I just reached out to them. I told them like I just DJ at some house parties. I just DJ at like my first like frat party, and they were like, all right, word, like we'll give you a 1 hour time slot on like, I forget what day it was, but
Like a Monday night. I'm kidding.
no, it was like, I think it was actually like at like 6 p.m. on a Saturday after a tailgate, I think.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I'm right about that. I think I'm right.
Yeah.
And it was like, usually they don't open that early, but it was like, I think it was homecoming, and they're trying to do this DJ competition, give you an hour time slot to see if the crowd likes you and stuff like that. And so they had me and another guest DJ perform that night, and it was mad stressful, gonna be honest. Like,
Yeah.
my board didn't connect to the audio interface, like, so
Wow.
so I called up my friend Ariel, who's the man. Like, he's like a house god. Like, he knows everything. He's like a prophet of house music.
Yeah. Shout out.
Yeah, Ariel, thank you, man. I appreciate it. He saved me because I called him up, and there's like, I don't know, 15 minutes before I had to perform, and they opened the doors, and my heart's beating like out of my chest. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not used to this. This is my first bar, by far the most people, and like it's the biggest deal. Like, house party,
Yeah.
you're not getting paid to DJ. Like,
Exactly.
at Spoke, you're getting paid, and it's like a job.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
I was stressed out. I was mad stressed
Yeah.
out. I don't know what like any of the cables were that I needed and stuff like that. So I didn't plug in properly, and I called up Ariel. Ariel's like, yeah, like I'll swing by. Like he brought his big board. It's an all-in-one board. I have no idea
Uh-huh.
how to use that thing.
Yeah.
Really, no idea.
Yeah, I remember that was the first time, like, at the Boiler Room event. Like, that was, I had no idea. I looked up a YouTube video of, like, how to use it
Yeah.
before I got on there because I didn't know.
Yeah, and it's really weird when you're practicing, and like the only thing you know is this one board that you've used your whole time,
Yeah.
and then you're given it all in one board with no computer, and you have to make it work. You have your USB, you just plug it in, and you try and make it work. But my transitions that night were they were garbage. They were just garbage. But
Yeah.
I played for an hour-long sets. If you're just trying to perform at a bar and like, you know, they're just looking for a crowd reaction, I was really just playing like everything that was popular.
Yeah.
Like, I'd play like, I don't know, just the most popular songs for that hour, and they liked it just because like they didn't really care about the transitions, and they liked it. The Spoke liked me. I was like polite and everything. Like,
Yeah.
you know?
It's
so-
really important
yeah,
to, like,
so-
be professional and all
Yeah.
that. How did it take long for you to transition into that, or was that, or even your skills as a DJ? Like, how many gigs or time you've spent until it comes, like, naturally when you go up to play at the Spoke?
Yeah, it's it definitely takes a bit of practice, but like really with the stuff I don't do anything too complicated. Like, it probably, for the person that's just starting out, I'm telling you, like, just focus on the simple things, like, you know, beat matching, like, you know, you just have to know
Song selection.
song
I'm
selection.
Sure.
Song
Yeah.
selection's really, like, everyone will tell you that DJs, like, especially open format, that song selection's really just the only thing that people really care about.
Yeah.
I mean, your transitions can be cool and all, but if the songs suck and people don't like them, like, they're not gonna
Yeah, it
enjoy
doesn't matter.
So, yeah, but it took me. It's really just a confidence thing. Like, whenever you're ready to take that next step to, like, go into the bars and stuff like that, like, if you're confident enough, you can do it. And just, if you have a set list and you're prepared and, like, you spent the time to practice a bit, you can start up real quick. And it took me, like, I was doing pre-games and stuff, like, in, like, January, February, and then parties, like, you know, throughout that semester. And then in the summertime I did a little bit of DJing, but there wasn't anything really in my hometown. And then more house parties, and then, like, a frat party, and then I did and then I just got the confidence from just playing at a bunch of different venues. And I think it was, like, October or something, I started up at Spoke.
And you knew, you were like, I'm ready for this.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I wasn't sure if I was ready. I was nervous as hell. I still get nervous. I still get nervous. Like, all day on Thursdays, I'm just, like, thinking about it. I'm like, I hope my, like, computer doesn't crash, or like, you know, it's kind of stressful.
It's always a fear, yeah.
But for the most part, you can, if you're starting up, you can really get pretty good real quick. Like, my friend M. Dawn, shout out to M. Dawn.
Shout out.
She's in Europe right now. She started up in, like, I'm trying to
not
think.
that long ago.
Not
right?
that long ago. And
She's
I think
playing in nightclubs.
she's playing
in Italy.
Yeah, in big
I saw
nightclubs
that.
in Italy, and she's been DJing for, like, I think 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
And so, just from, like, the learning curve is, you can progress real quick with DJing. It's really not that hard to get into.
Mm-hmm.
So
then,
yeah.
what do you think sets people apart? Is it that sound selection? Is it bringing something else to the table? How do you deal with that?
I'd say just, like, finding the right opportunities to perform and get your name out there. You know, like, I was lucky to have that opportunity with the Spoke, you know, the Spoke competition, and luckily everything worked out to my favor and everything like that. So I was lucky for that to happen, and since now I'm, like, the DJ at Spoke, or one of the DJs at Spoke, like, people know about me, like, but, like, just finding the right opportunities and just contacting people and just asking if you can DJ for them, and just do it all for free.
Yeah. You get
know,
that experience and
it's
connections.
it's just about loving to perform, and it's just, like, a good time. So just, like, make connections and contact people, and you'll get your name out there and just be able to perform at, like, cooler and cooler places.
Yeah, and even, like, last night, when you say you want to be with people that want to party and dance to this type of music until the sun comes up.
Yeah.
And that's really all the people that are there want to be there.
Yeah.
And are so invested in that music.
Yeah.
But with the Spoke, I would assume that you get a lot of requests, and I would love to pick your brain about that. How do you deal with requests, especially when you're at this very prominent venue that everybody wants to hear their favorite song?
Yeah, like, it comes with, like, I mean, DJing anywhere, you're gonna get a ton of requests, but especially at a big bar or club or whatever, you're gonna get a ton of requests, especially if it's open format and you're playing, like, some rap music and then some, like, pop, and then, I don't know.
Yeah.
I throw in some Taylor Swift occasionally too.
Oh yeah. Shout out Taylor Swift.
Shout out Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
She kind of carries whenever
Yeah.
I'm, like, you know, the
Whenever
people.
there's a lull.
Yeah, whenever there's a lull and I'm like, I got to get more people on the dance floor, I just throw in a Taylor Swift track and she kind of saves me. So thank you, Taylor Swift.
Yeah. She watches the House Thursdays. She listens. Yeah.
Yeah. Taylor, if you're listening, I'll give you my number.
Yeah.
Sometime I'll DM you real quick.
Yeah.
But anyway, with requests, a lot of times, like, at Spoke at least, it's very, like, they give me a lot of specific requests that are, like, kind of like lesser known songs
Yeah.
to big artists. And a lot of time I don't have them downloaded because I download all my stuff. I don't stream.
Problem. People don't really get that. Oh, I kind of need to download this
Yeah.
beforehand.
Yeah. So I just tell them, like, I'll tell them I don't have it downloaded, or I'll tell them.
Yeah.
And also, you want to match the BPM, and you don't want to, like.
Yeah, it'll be like 90 to like 150.
Yeah. No, it can be
It's very
ridiculous. But I try to get people's requests in, and if they give me a request and I don't have it downloaded, I'll download it I'll tell them I'll play it next Thursday.
Yeah.
And it usually works out like that. But some people have requests that are like, I listen to it after and I'm like, this would actually slap really hard.
Yeah.
And I appreciate the requests. I'm sorry if I don't play it, but
Yeah.
like the next week, if I like your request, like I'll play it.
Yeah. It's ultimately up to you, but you welcome the request.
Yeah.
Let's say. And one thing that I've noticed with DJing is, let's say you maybe play with a band. There's been a lot of events sort of the past couple weeks and even last semester where a band would play in partner with like a DJ. And I noticed that when the band is playing, everyone is like, oh, this band is so cool. And they're all towards them and facing them. And it's warranted because they're really talented and have like these instruments to convey all their music through. And then I feel when the DJ turns on, everyone's like immediately now in their own groups. And it's sort of I sort of think it's like the mold of people. You kind of have to fit into the mold of what they want because they just kind of think of you as like a radio or like a jukebox or something.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of interesting that I think it's how the venue is set up is very important.
Yeah.
Say something like the Blue Lagoon, where the band is performing on the stage, and then kind of tucked in the corner is the DJ.
Yeah.
The DJ's gonna act as like a jukebox, like just playing aux, and like the big spectacle is the band.
Yeah.
And that's like how it goes, and like the bands deserve that respect, obviously.
Exactly.
And like live music is so sick.
Yeah.
And like Amherst has a really cool live music scene. But yeah,
shout out all the bands. Like
shout out all the bands. I love
shout
all
out
you
every
guys.
band in Amherst.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, and the cool thing about I'm gonna go on a little tangent. A little bit, but the cool thing about House Thursdays and this other club, which I'm actually the president of this other club, such like nonprofit thing, called Local Mojo. It's
Shout out
Local Mojo. It's kind of like, it's not only like the people in House Thursdays only like house. It's like, it's just like a whole community of people that just love music.
Yeah.
And like the vibe is just phenomenal. It's like very open-minded people who want to listen to just good music, and the culture at UMass is really changing for the better.
Yeah.
People are looking forward to going to live music, concerts, and also seeing DJs who might not be playing like the songs that they know, but playing some pretty cool house tracks. And it's really, the UMass community is really becoming a very like accepting place of just people from everywhere coming together to just dance, and just no matter what music, if it's rock music or if it's a DJ playing house music, it's all people that want to come together and just appreciate. To talk about like the venue too, I've noticed that if you're not like the center spectacle of it, you do act as the aux. But something like I performed at Fall Fest, which was a UPC event. Shout out UPC.
Yeah.
Good people. A lot of fun. Spring concert coming up soon.
Ooh.
But anyway.
Wait, hold on. You made the graphic for that, right?
Yeah, I'm
Ooh.
on the board for UPC. It's a great time, and like being able to play in a big concert's pretty epic. It's
Yeah.
pretty sick. But yeah, I made that graphic. I'm making like all the marketing stuff for that.
That's awesome.
Which I'm excited about. It's a really cool experience. But yeah, like when you see a DJ and they're like the main spectacle, it's like pretty epic. Cause like say Fall Fest, I think that's the best hour of my life, and I'm not kidding.
I
not
saw
kidding.
the videos. You were hyped.
I've never been happier. Like I called my mom right after, and I was like, "This is the happiest I've ever been." she's like, she just didn't really understand it, but I was like I got to play house music that people hadn't heard before, like certain songs that people haven't heard before, remixes people haven't heard before, and everyone was just loving it.
Yeah.
And just being able to build a crowd, and the reason I got to do that, I think, is because I was on stage just alone, and I was like the center spectacle. I wasn't tucked in the corner. I was like, I was performing kind of more like a live band performance, like where you're like the real main thing.
Yeah.
And that experience was really cool. And I think you get that experience at some like probably like some nightclubs in Boston and stuff like that, where you're not just like the aux, you're not taking requests, you're just, you know, you're up on stage and you're like
people
they
trust
came to
the
see.
process.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's more of a focal point.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So just last night we were talking about sort of the idea of investing in yourself as a DJ. Do you remember that? We were on the topic of downloading songs.
Okay.
And
yeah.
I'd love to hear more about that in sort of a broader sense of not just the downloading of the songs, but how do you invest yourself, and how have you invested in yourself as a DJ the last, couple months?
Yeah, that's a really good question, Luca. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
So yeah, like you got to kind of think of everything just like kind of as an investment, just like stuff that you like invest in like a new DJ board if you think like it'll help you out and like it'll help you take that next step as a DJ, and like from there you can book more gigs and then make more money. Like I bought a new board, is like something like $600 or something like that, and like at first I was like, this is a big investment, but I was also like, I'm gonna treat myself to it, and but having that board has allowed me to progress as a DJ and be able to book more gigs and like make more money. So it's just an investment. I've also been buying songs, just individual songs, just to get the best audio possible.
Exactly.
Which is expensive.
And we love supporting artists and giving them the money.
That's true. I think it's like $129. I use Amazon to just buy it, like $129 a song.
Yeah. Support
the artist.
That's how they used to do it back in the day.
Yeah.
Before streaming ruined everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kidding. But yeah.
I definitely think you should put money into it if you have the money to put into it, and if you want to just treat yourself a little bit, but also treat everyone else to some good audio. I use streaming services like BPM Supreme and DJ City too, where you pay like $10 or something like that, $10 a month, and you get unlimited downloads of it. So it's all legal, like it's all you're still supporting the artist, but that's like a cheaper option to download some music. Yeah. But yeah.
And that was just a free ad. I don't know if you guys know that, but they might hit us up some free subscriptions. You never know. You never know. I wanted to. Well, first I want to hear about the farm gigs, because I'm not gonna lie, I was stalking your Instagram today, and there's a lot of stuff about the farm gigs.
Is that was it like live from the farm or something like that? Yeah. So
I'm just wondering, like, what was that?
Yeah. Stuff? That's just like a local venue in my hometown, where they appreciate live music and DJs performing, and it's it's run very well, and it's cool to just like, because people from my hometown see like stuff on my Instagram that I've posted about stuff at Amherst, but being able to perform in Scituate is pretty cool because like it's a whole another crowd, and like it's all like my high school friends, like being able to see it.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. So yeah, I've had like good times there. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. How was your hometown people like reacting to this? Are they like, whoa, this is crazy?
Yeah, they reacted well. So
Yeah.
I think the best time was like last summer. This was before like Spoke or anything. I performed, and it's like a stage. I performed after a band. The band is Roll Over White. Shout out my boys in Roll Over White.
Shout out.
I love you guys. You guys have great music, and you guys are good kids. But I performed after them, and it was like what I was talking about, where you're on stage and people are more open-minded to the music and stuff. So I was playing. At first, I played some like, songs everyone knew, but then I started playing some remixes, and then some like bass house, and
Yeah.
really got a little wild.
Warming them up to it.
Yeah. You gotta warm them up. Sometimes I've gone right into like the crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And my friend Jack Krause, who's like my best friend, he's like, it was after a set, and it was probably like people weren't feeling it because like it was stuff they haven't heard before, and I didn't really like. He's like, you gotta like massage them first, you gotta like.
That's a good analogy.
You gotta warm them up to it, and then really just like really get into it.
Yeah. So would you think that was a bad gig, or have you had any bad gigs? What do you classify as a bad gig?
It wasn't a bad gig. It was just kind of it was weird. It was just weird. That's how I describe it.
Yeah.
I started at like 1 a.m. and so like people were already like gonna leave like pretty soon, probably. And then
That's a tough spot.
And then when I was trying to transfer from they were playing aux, and then they unconnected from aux, and I was starting up, and then I wasn't connecting to the right speaker, and it took probably like 10 minutes for me to like start the music up.
Yeah.
And it's just everyone's just everyone's just like, all right, where's the music? Like we were dancing, now we're not dancing.
There's a gap.
And then everyone's just kind of like sobers up a little bit, like metaphorically.
Yeah.
And then you start playing some like real
crazy stuff.
some crazy stuff. And you and everyone else that likes house music is like, oh,
yeah,
like, this is sick. But everyone else is a little like off put by it. So I've learned to like massage the people before.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe I could come up with a better like metaphor.
Yeah. Yeah. So I want to pick your brain.
Okay.
Physically and metaphorically about basically how I think of it in my head, you are the spearhead of the house music movement, and with being pretty affiliated with House Thursdays officially, and the gigs that you have, and the sort of, do you have a responsibility to stand up for house music? Do you feel like this pressure, or am I just going crazy in my head about what I think you are?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm the spearhead of house music. Like I think there's so many DJs here. Tom last night murdered his set, murdered it. Like it was crazy. It was really crazy.
Shout out
to Tom.
We did
Number 7.
interview him last week, but we couldn't air it because of the snow day that fell upon us.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get that out soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But number 7, Tom, great lad. Last night, me, Luca, and Jackson were all there. It was pretty epic. He really
he threw down.
That was real house music, like real great stuff. And he performed. I don't know how long he performed for, but I was like, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go there for like 30 minutes, and I'm a peace out. Just because I was tired from the night before and whatever, but I just couldn't stop dancing.
Yeah.
I could not stop moving my body, and I stayed till, I don't know, 3:30,
Yeah.
something like at 4 a.m. So it was pretty epic. And I'd say like all these DJs, there's just such a community. Like
Yeah.
When I started DJing, I was like, I didn't really know of any other DJs, like in my grade or whatever, like that were DJing house parties. I just didn't know about them. But now I know about like, I don't know how many there are,
Yeah.
like 10 or something like that
Yeah.
at UMass that like are in like the house parties community. And like to be able to, for example, with the Up and Up, festival promotions, we did an underground rave in my basement,
Yeah.
and it was probably like the one of the best nights I've had.
Yeah.
So
it was
much fun,
fantastic.
so much fun, and it was just everyone, like there's like 10 DJs there, and they all brought their USBs, and we just kept switching off back to back to back to back, and it was
Yeah.
just so dope.
Such a good time.
Seeing everyone with their own styles and like
Yeah.
everyone just like, you know, like I gotta go, like I don't know, dance with my friends, like you take over, and then it's like,
Yeah.
all right, word, like, so it's just, it was so cool. And I think I think all of us are just kind of spearheading it and like really showing people what's up and like
Yeah.
how cool house music is, and not even just house music, but just raving and just having fun
Yeah.
and dancing.
I feel that you're very humble in your answers, and I expect that from you, because from the beginning, and this is shout out to you. We've been doing a lot of shout outs. Shout out Chucky Blizz. Even in the beginning, I think that you just want whatever's best for house music and the growth of it in UMass, and I feel that that's a really awesome thing to be not really selfish about it and giving other people platforms and at your house that just going back to back, and it shows selflessness. And yeah, I mean,
Thank you, Luke. I appreciate
yeah,
it.
I genuinely mean that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's cool. It's just it's a community, and it's really growing, and it's really epic.
Mhm.
So if you're listening to this and you ever want a good time with a new group of friends, listen to some crazy music that it's just gonna blow your minds and
Yeah.
you know, reach into your spirit and just take you.
Yeah.
Then hit up House Thursdays. See what's the move
Yeah.
for that weekend. Like, we want you to be there. We want to get sweaty and just dance and just
Yeah.
listen to some
Yeah.
good music.
We've got about 5 minutes left, and I think just to close us out, have a couple reoccurring questions in our episodes. What do you have? So first of all, let me just paint you a picture right here. Let me just paint you a picture where you're going to a festival.
Yeah.
You know, Ultra Miami, Lollapalooza, any of these. Are you bringing your USB? Yes or no?
Definitely. I bring my USB like a lot of places where I just have no business bringing my USB. Like whenever I go out on a vacation, like I went to Mexico for winter break.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea what was going to happen. I didn't know if I was going to be playing in Tulum. You know?
Making your way down there.
Yeah. I didn't end up playing it, but I brought my USB.
Mhm.
I bring my USB everywhere I go, so
Yeah.
definitely if I'm going to a festival like that, I'm definitely bringing my USB. We'll see what happens. Haven't had any luck yet
Yeah.
with just like asking if I can plug in. However, you never know.
You never
never
know.
know.
You have to bring it everywhere. Just keep it taped on you. It's like, yeah.
Mhm.
Only maybe take it off when you take a shower or something.
Yeah.
I think actually last time I did laundry, my USB went through the wash. But it works. So
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's good.
Yeah.
So maybe just to end us off, do you have any words? Well, there'll be two things to end us off.
Okay.
But
Okay.
do you have any words for the UMass student body?
I'd say,
Because everyone who goes to UMass is listening right now.
yeah. So everyone at UMass, I want to say, what do I want to say? I want to say, what I'd ask of you is to be open-minded and just give house music a chance if you haven't already. It really is crazy, and it'll move you in ways you haven't been moved before.
Yeah.
So pop out to underground rave, have fun, you know, have a good time, and just smile. Just smile. Everyone was smiling last night. Just
there was a
smiling
lot of smiles.
and dancing and just having a good time. So just open your mind to house music, because it could change your life.
Yeah.
It's changed my life. I'm gonna be
It's
honest.
definitely changed my life, too.
Yeah.
For real.
For real.
Well, if you have anything to plug, Instagram, you know, anything, more info on upcoming shows, whatever, you can look into that camera or that camera and give the people, you know, sorry, audio only people, but we're recording this too.
All right, I'll look into this one. Jackson's telling me to look at this one. Follow House Thursdays on Instagram.
Well, you can. So,
You can.
the call of
You
action.
can.
You know, you can.
Can follow House Thursdays on Instagram if you're looking for a good time. You could also follow Luca S Music. On Instagram.
Luca.s.music.
Because he's a producer and he makes really good music. He has some EPs out and it's
Thank you.
phenomenal, and I listen to it when I'm going like everywhere, you know.
I'm flattered.
So follow him, or you can follow him. And then also, I'll plug myself. You can follow Chucky Blizz on Instagram if you're looking for some good times, some good content, maybe some
Really great
some
content.
upcoming shows or something. If you're trying to dance, you can follow any of those 3 accounts, and we'll allow you to dance and move your body.
Yeah. Well, I can say check out WMUA because we're on WMUA. So 91.1 WMUA every Thursday, 10 to 12. And for more information on anything else, follow the House Thursdays Instagram. Thank you.
That was fantastic.
That was sweet.